In the profound depths of human history, humanity shared a universal language of time, one deeply rooted in the fundamental mechanics of the cosmos. While ancient civilizations from the Vedic rishis to the Maya tracked time through the shifting phases of both the sun and the moon, a profound mathematical reality always loomed over human consciousness. The moon completes approximately 13 orbits around the Earth within a single solar year. Within this natural framework, the average duration of these cycles closely mirrors a 28-day rhythm. The mathematics of an idealized human-centric calendar built upon this foundation is elegant in its simplicity. 13 months of exactly 28 days equal 364 days. The critical 365th day serves as a day out of time, a necessary transitional period to fully synchronize human life with the solar cycle before the wheel turns again. To advocate for such a calendar is to advocate for a direct resonance with the biological rhythms of our planet. Today, the field of chronobiology recognizes that a 28-day cycle is deeply woven into human physiology, seen in the average length of the female reproductive cycle, cycles of cellular regeneration, and systemic hormonal surges. A 13-month system represents the organic pulse of life itself, keeping human biology anchored to the natural world. Evidence of this historical focus on the lunar path is preserved in the very roots of human speech. In English, as in nearly all Indo-European languages, the word month shares a direct linguistic ancestor with moon. Language remembers the truth that subsequent political reforms attempted to obscure. The measurement of a month originally existed only as a reflection of the celestial body itself. By severing this physical and linguistic link through artificial calendars, the words remained, but their natural meaning was hollowed out, replaced by arbitrary administrative durations of 30 or 31 days that no longer correspond to the silver orb in the night sky. This artificial shift created a profound mismatch with the female biological code, which naturally mirrors these lunar intervals. In an idealized 13-month system, the human reproductive cycle is recognized as a precise biological clock tracking 13 natural circuits a year. By fragmenting time into irregular, non-astronomical months, a systematic disruption was launched against our innate connection to nature, forcing internal rhythms into a perceived irregularity relative to the state church clock. Simultaneously, the foundational cycles of agriculture were historically tied to this lunar matrix. Early societies understood that the movement of sap in plants, the germination of seeds, and the vital potency of the harvest reacted to the gravitational and electromagnetic impulses of the changing moon. Tracking time through these natural shifts ensured that agriculture drew vital energy in harmony with the cosmos. Today's linear administrative calendar completely ignores these laws, treating agriculture not as a sacred collaboration with the Earth's natural periods, but as a rigid, factory-driven industry. The critical question remains: why was a rigid 12-month system universally enforced instead of an organic 13-month biological cycle? The answer lies in the deep structures of ancient Sumer and Babylon, where the duodecimal system was established as the foundation for global management. Unlike the number 13, which is a prime number symbolizing an indivisible whole, the number 12 is highly divisible by 2, 3, 4, and 6. This mathematical property made 12 the ideal tool for the quantification of the material world, commerce, and the division of spoils. Administrators introduced the 360-degree circle and the division of the day into 12 daylight and 12 nighttime hours, consciously choosing a number that favored commercial accounting over biology. This number was later deeply embedded in the collective psyche through cultural and religious iconography, from the 12 tribes of Israel to the 12 apostles. By framing 12 as the ultimate symbol of divine order, ruling elites created a convenient structure for an imperial and mercantile world. Choosing 12 allowed centralized authorities to easily organize markets, measure commodities by the dozen, and levy taxes. They created an artificial system that is highly manageable for bureaucracy, but completely severed from the cyclical nature of a 13-part biological year. Astrologically, the forced reduction of the year to 12 fixed months created a profound disconnection between humanity and the actual stars. While modern pop astrology uses 12 signs for convenience, ancient esoteric systems recognize the significance of the 13th constellation, Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. By omitting this 13th element from the standard calendar year, the perception of time was locked into a purely material plane. This engineering tethered the public mind to rigid, predictable archetypes while altering the true alignment with actual stellar positions by ignoring precession and the real astronomical cycles, followed by ancient stargazers. The turning point in this consolidation of power was a sophisticated engineering of consciousness designed to subjugate the perception of time. Julius Caesar made the first major imperial cut in 46 BC with the Julian calendar, but the definitive blow to natural timekeeping was dealt in 1582 by the Gregorian reform of Pope Gregory XIII. The goal was not scientific enlightenment, but the absolute consolidation of centralized authority. The Gregorian calendar is a mathematically inconsistent construct of unequal months, forcing the human brain to process existence through irregular segments that have no basis in true celestial movement. Even one of the most brilliant minds in modern astronomy, Milutin Milankovitch, author of the Canon of Insolation of the Earth, scientifically proved that the long-term climate cycles of our planet and its ice ages are inextricably linked to its precise, cyclical position in cosmic space. Yet, while his revised Julian calendar of 1923 offered a mathematically superior solar measurement, global political and clerical elites never allowed a return to a truly organic, harmonious system of time. A precise, natural measurement of time would return sovereignty over biological energy and spiritual consciousness to the people. The esoteric component of this global shift involves the role of influential structures and secret societies, including Freemasonry, which jealously guarded the ancient symbolism of the number 13 for their own architecture, while leaving the masses to associate it with superstition. In esoteric symbolism, 13 represents transformation, a number that stands above mundane, material authority. While the public was taught through folklore and pop culture that 13 was unlucky, the architects of global systems used it as a code for foundational power. This is evident in the 13 levels of the pyramid on the US dollar bill, the 13 colonies of a rising global power, and the 13 feathers on the eagle's wing. By demonizing this number among the populace, they successfully suppressed the intuitive, cyclical, feminine principle in favor of a rigid, linear, masculine principle dedicated solely to structured labor, taxation, and the accumulation of debt. The economic motive for this shift is found in the duodecimal system's role as the engine of global banking and debt mechanics. 12 is easily divided into quarters and thirds, allowing for the seamless creation of quarterly reports, interest rates, and fiscal cycles that are entirely detached from living nature. Through this act, time was desacralized and turned into a commercial commodity. Humanity became biological cogs in digital tables and paper calendars, dictated by a centralized system, unifying the modern world in a global prison of artificial time. Living by an artificial beat that ignores natural lunar cycles causes a state of chronic, low-frequency stress. We have become a species out of step with the planet's baseline frequency, known as the Schumann resonance. The suppression of a natural 13-month cycle was not a technical error. It was a deliberate architecture of amnesia, distancing the individual from their biological essence. Understanding this historical deception is the first step toward the reclamation of human consciousness. Only when we realize that our current calendar is a tool for frequency control can we begin a conscious return to our internal rhythm, the only rhythm that brings true health, mental clarity, and the freedom of the soul. Thank you for watching. Please share this video and subscribe to our channel.